look, I'm not, I mean, you just don't come in here to me to ask me questions like that without me inviting you in, okay, into a business life such as this is,
Just a few quick questions.
Jesus Christ.
We're from Limerick, the Limerick area.
Who are you representing?
We're doing a young people's programme. Why don't you want to talk to us?
Oh God, I'd die. I'd dread
It's
it.
only a few
No,
quick questions.
oh Lord,
Or
try
go
somebody
on.
younger.
Fun. And the cause of these reactions? This, a condom. During March 1991, the great condom debate was taking place. Should condoms be made more freely available to the public? And should the legal age for the purchase of condoms be reduced from 18 years to 16 years of age? We took to the streets of Limerick, with this in one hand, a list of questions in the other. This was the result. Do you or your friends ever buy condoms? And where would you buy them?
Chemists.
Chemists.
Yeah.
You have no problem getting them over the counter?
No.
Has anybody ever asked you your age?
No.
Why would a 16-year-old need condoms?
Just in case.
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to get condoms?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you or your friends ever buy condoms?
No.
No. Why would a 16-year-old need a condom?
Because if you can get married at 16, you should be allowed to use condoms. I mean, like, sex is going to happen whether people like it or not, so...
And do you think many of the girls in your class use condoms?
I'd say there are a few. I wouldn't know, like, but I'd say there are a good few. Like, you should be able to get them, because if you can get married... there are married people at 16, and, if you can't get condoms, I mean, not everyone wants children, so, like...
Okay. You're willing to come on camera, just answer a few quick questions for us. Be simple, 2 minutes.
Like what? I have to go to
I'll tell
bed.
you now, we're just trying to get opinions on the street of what people think about this whole condom issue.
Oh, gee.
And we just want to get views from all sorts of people.
For who? Who are you working for?
Well, it's hopefully to go out on a programme on Scratch Saturday.
Forgetting.
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to use condoms?
Sure, yeah.
Should be able to purchase them around Limerick?
Yeah.
Are they available to 16-year-olds around Limerick as it is?
No, they're not. Yeah.
Can 16-year-olds get condoms in Limerick?
Any place. You get them up around the corner there. Condoms.
What's up around the corner?
Clinic to get them out. No, if you look over like to get them out.
Do you or your friends buy condoms?
Nah. That's the same thing when you use them. Mind them now, that's
Why would a 16-year-old need a condom?
I wouldn't use them anyway. Because they might want to get pregnant. Yeah. Nah, the AIDS, like, I mean, I want to use them, like, I mean.
Thanks. What do you think of politicians or church leaders who say that 16-year-olds shouldn't be able to buy condoms?
Not much.
It's ridiculous.
Why do you think it's ridiculous?
Because, well, I mean, they've been 16 once as well. I definitely think they should be able to buy.
Do you or your friends buy condoms?
I don't, but I know friends who do, yeah.
So do you think there's a need for 16-year-olds to be able to get them around Limerick? Why would a 16-year-old need a condom?
I suppose, like, if they're having a steady relationship, they would.
Would you be willing to come on camera? What do you think so of people like the church or politicians who say that 16 is too young for people to buy condoms?
I think it's entirely up to the 16-year-old.
The church or politicians have no say?
Well, they should have a say, but they were 16 once as well. I'm sure they weren't all virgins until they were 18.
At present, do you think that 16-year-olds anyway can go in and get condoms?
Yeah, no problem.
They never would be asked their age or identification or anything?
I wouldn't think so.
Okay, it's grand, thanks. We're trying to get, familiar about it's all on this whole condoms issue. We want to look at that and see on the streets.
No, I don't think so, if you don't mind.
No, that's
Okay.
fine. Okay.
We'll just answer a few questions, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, we will if I know, yeah.
Certainly.
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
Yeah, it's right, yeah. It's good, if you were 16.
What do you think of politicians or church leaders who say that children of 16 years of age are too young to buy condoms?
No, it's not too young, 16 is not too young. It should be by 16, It's not too young. is about the AIDS or the disease everywhere, you know, where people is scared from disease, and it'll be by under 16, you know.
And do you think they should be on sale in other places aside from chemists and family planning?
Yeah, this side. It's going to be everywhere, you know.
Should be.
Every all shop, all, you know, stores. Yeah.
About the condom research that you wouldn't like to make a comment on it? Why not?
I will not.
We find people are reluctant to talk about it. We find people are reluctant to talk about the condom issue.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, it's because the clergy are involved in it, isn't it?
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
Yeah, sure.
Do you or many of your friends buy condoms?
They do actually, yeah.
And are they easy to get around Limerick?
Yeah, you can buy them in any chemist, I think. And 16-year-olds can go in and get them.
And they're never asked their age?
No, I don't think so.
Why would a 16-year-old need a condom?
No. Protection, what do you think? So,
Thanks. Just to answer a few quick questions.
No.
Just a few quick questions.
No, thanks.
Okay? A few quick questions.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
Julie, aren't you?
Sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
Come on, 1, 2, 3, go. Lads, what's that?
Condom.
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
Yeah. No.
Why? You do.
They're allowed to get married at 16.
Do you think they should be able to buy condoms?
No.
Why not?
I just don't like.
You don't?
No.
Why?
No reason, just
Do you
don't.
think they're too young to be able to buy condoms? Are they too immature?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, they're not.
Why? Do you think if condoms become more readily available, will it put pressure on people to have sex?
No.
You just don't think they should be available to
Yeah.
them? What do you think the politicians or the church who say that condoms shouldn't be available to 16-year-olds?
Stupid. I mean, the church will marry 16-year-olds. You know, they should allow them to have condoms.
Do you or any of your friends buy condoms?
Yeah.
And do you think they're available to 16-year-olds as it is around Limerick?
Yeah.
They have no problem getting
No.
them? Yeah. Okay, that's grand. What's this?
condom.
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
Yeah.
Why do you think 16-year-olds should be able to?
Because, like, AIDS is coming out, like, and people should be allowed to buy them, like.
And what do you think of politicians or church leaders who say that condoms shouldn't be available to 16-year-olds?
Old-fashioned, you know?
Do you buy condoms or any of your friends?
No, but they should be widely available, like, you should be able to get them in shops or anywhere, like.
And where did they buy them?
You can buy them anywhere. They give them. Chemists, like, and other lads go in, older lads go in and get them, like, for the younger lads, like. That's how they get them.
It won't make much difference.
They'd be able to get them anyway.
Yeah.
We're doing some research on this whole new condoms issue.
Yes.
And we just want to get some opinion on the street, people's opinions.
I understand, yes. I think it should be only available to people 18 years of age upwards. I think it's too young at 16 or 17.
And why do you think it's too young?
Well, I don't know. They're not educated enough at 16, 17.
What do you think of the people like the church and state who say that 16-year-olds are too young to get condoms? I don't think they have a clue what they're talking about. Do you buy condoms?
What?
Do you or any of your friends buy condoms?
No.
Do you think that if 16-year-olds are able to get condoms here on Limerick? No.
I think they could.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Probably. Yeah.
I'd say so. Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
Should have been to buy him?
Yeah.
I don't know, I wouldn't answer you that question now.
Why not?
What would you think yourself?
I don't know, really. It's not for me to
She'd
say.
have to me, she doesn't
I want
know.
to get an opinion on the street.
No, not to my knowledge, not at that age.
They're too young, do you think?
Married people, I own a family.
But if you can get married at 16, why can't you get condoms?
But if they were married, I said.
If they were married, they could. What do you think? So you agree? What do you think of politicians and the church saying that they're too young to get condoms?
I don't implicate myself over the church.
No.
No way.
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to use condoms?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
They get them anyway.
Do they get them?
Yeah, they buy them anyway.
Where would they buy them?
In a chemist.
And would they never be asked their age?
No, I don't think so.
Do you or your friends buy condoms?
She does, yeah.
Why would a 16-year-old need a condom?
What do you think, like?
They would, like, they would buy them, they would get them themselves. Like, this age thing wouldn't matter.
So what do you think of people like the church or politicians saying that 16-year-olds shouldn't be able to buy condoms?
Stupid. Like, if they don't know already that they do buy them, it's ridiculous.
So you think that most of the 16-year-olds anyway are buying them as it is and using them?
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder would you be willing to come on camera and answer a few questions?
About what?
It's just all about this whole new condoms issue. We're trying to get opinions of people on the street, young and old alike.
You're insinuating no more.
No,
it's not
no,
on
I
me
want a
now.
cross-section. Not at all. Will you answer a few questions? Just a few quick ones. Right. Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
I keep an open mind.
So you think they should or they shouldn't?
I don't know really. I don't even think about it.
Yeah. What do you think the church or the state should say that 16-year-olds are too young to use condoms?
I keep an open mind.
And what about this, you know, people can get married at 16 but they can't have access to contraception?
So it's really up to themselves. I mean, 16-year-olds are a lot more mature than when I was a 16-year-old. They're more mature now than what I was. So that's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Thanks.
Now.
A few quick
No,
questions.
yes,
I'll take three, so, okay. Okay. We might try a few others out, so, alright. Okay? Set? Right. Okay. What's this? Do any of you know?
Condom.
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
Yeah, definitely.
Why so?
Well, the legal age
For the sex is 16, like you could be allowed to buy a condom at 16.
When you're 16?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the legal age to have sex, like, is at 16. I mean, come on, like, what are people supposed to do for the next 2 years? Like,
What do you think of church leaders or politicians who say that 16 is too young for people to be able
None of their business. It's none of their business. They're only interested in the Catholics. But I mean, like, not a lot of 16-year-olds are interested in religion.
So do you or any of your friends you know buy condoms?
Yeah.
And can you buy them around Limerick?
yeah, anywhere well in the chemist.
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
It's pretty embarrassing. They should put it in the toilets, like slot machines, like they do
Yeah.
in England. Like it'd be a lot safer.
Do you have any problem getting a condom over the counter? Do people ask you your age?
No, not really.
I never tried, like, but if I did, I don't think they would, like.
Do some research on, you know, the whole outcry on condoms and.
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
Definitely.
You do? Mm-hmm. What do you think of the church or the politicians who say they shouldn't?
I think they should leave it to the government to decide. I think they should stay completely out of it. And it's a state matter, not something for the church.
Thanks.
All right?
Do you notice people are embarrassed coming in to buy condoms?
Not now. It used to be. It used to be, men used to get very embarrassed, but now it's completely different. Completely different.
And do many girls buy condoms?
It's 50-50ish. It's half and half now.
What would you think of condoms being on sale in other outlets aside from chemists and family planning clinics?
I'd be all for it. Once the bill was passed, I'd be all for it.
Okay. What do you think of 16-year-olds being able to buy condoms?
It's a bit young, I suppose, really, isn't it? 18 is grand. If you reduce it to 16, you'll have 14-year-olds getting it or whatever. You know, whereas leave it at 18, I think.
And do you think they should be sold in other outlets besides chemists?
Oh, yeah. Probably, yeah.
So what's your opinion on the church or the politicians who say that 16 is too young an age for people to use condoms?
I just think that they should be made more freely available, all right, but that 16 is a bit young. That's all.
Can you buy condoms here in Rathkeale?
I suppose you can, yeah, in the chemist.
And can 16-year-olds buy them here in Rathkeale? Do you know?
I don't know if they can, I don't know.
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
No.
Why not?
I don't think they're able to make up their mind at that age now. You know, they're not responsible enough.
What do you think of the church or politicians who say that 16-year-olds are too young?
The church or the politicians? Which should? Well, it's really up to the individual, like, if they want to buy them or not. Like, I mean, it's their own body, conscience, whatever, like, so.
So, do you or any of your friends buy condoms?
Not that I know of, no.
Do you think...
Like, you know, I'm not going to mention them.
They wouldn't be 16.
Do you think 16-year-olds could get condoms here in Rathkeale if they wanted them?
Say so, yeah.
How or where?
Chemist.
Just go up and buy them.
They're available freely in the chemist.
I mean, they're hardly going to ask for an ID, like, I doubt it anyhow, but I never tried.
Hello. We're from a young people's programme. I wonder if you'd mind us asking a few questions, please.
Yeah, I don't see why I should have to answer questions to somebody coming in like that, you know.
Well, we're just asking if you'd like to answer a few questions. It's just on the whole condom issue.
Well, I'm not in favour of condoms myself.
And you don't stock them here in the shop?
I don't know.
No. Do you think 16 years of age is too young for people to use condoms?
Them at any age.
You just don't agree with condoms themselves?
I don't know.
Why not?
Look, I'm not, you know, I mean, you just don't come in here to me to ask me questions like that without me inviting you in, okay, into a business life such as this is, you know.
So you'd prefer not to comment on it?
I would, but like if you ask me a straight question, do I approve of condoms, the answer is no, okay?
Right, do you sell condoms here in your chemist?
Yeah, we don't, no.
Why not?
Well, I would sell them. My boss wouldn't be in favour of them. My boss is a lady. She wouldn't sell.
Why do you think she wouldn't sell them here in Adair?
She's, I'd say, very morals really comes into it, I'd say, really.
And is there not a need for them here in this town?
There is, actually. We're nice for them, but mainly strangers, really. People passing through, you know.
So no locals?
Not the locals, really. They can get them okay, I'd say. Yeah.
They would get them in another town?
Yeah, they would, I'd say, yes. Yeah.
So, what do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
No, I don't think so, no.
Why?
No. Well, I deal with a lot of young people now. We've camogie, you know, and I have a lot of youth, young girls, and really they're immature. 16 is very immature. And if the 16-year-olds want to get them, they'll get them from their older friends, you know. But I think they shouldn't. It's like saying, go ahead, you do it, you know. Really, I don't like that, really.
Do you think condoms should be sold in other outlets besides chemists or the family planning clinics?
I'd leave it to family planning clinics, yeah, not other outlets, really. Because I think myself, if you want to be a millionaire, yeah, you'd sell them, really.
Do you think they should be sold in chemists at all?
Oh, they should be sold in chemists, yes, yeah, chemists, yeah. I think so.
Right, well, here we are in Croom, small village outside Limerick. Let's see if we can buy the dreaded condom here. Hello, how are you? I'm from a young people's programme. I just wonder if I could ask you a few questions, please. Could I it would only take 2 or 3 minutes, please. Do you sell condoms here in your shop?
Now look here, I'm dealing with this man and you can't burst in and talk to me, so
okay. Sorry, could you just turn around here a sec? Yeah. Do you know what that is? Can you buy them here in Croom?
Never tried.
Well, we've been around to the 2 chemists, you know, and they don't seem to sell them. Do you know, is there anywhere in Croom you can get them?
No, never tried in Croom.
Do you think 16-year-olds around Croom would need condoms?
Possibly, who would know?
So you don't know of anywhere in Croom you can get them?
No.
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
Should be able to buy them at any age, from about 14, 15.
So what would you do then if you're living here in Croom and you can't get them?
Going to Limerick.
And would you get a condom in Limerick?
Yeah.
No problem?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Condom.
Can you get them here in Croom?
I don't know enough from Croom.
So we've tried the 2 chemists here now and neither of them seem to stock them. So, like, what would young people do here if they needed condoms?
I haven't got a clue. Go somewhere, I suppose, where they can get them.
And where could they get them?
I suppose you can get them mostly in big cities, you know, Limerick, Cork, places like that, you know.
So you wouldn't get them in the small towns?
I wouldn't really think so, no. Well, it's hard enough to get them now over this, you know, the thing that's on now, controversy over it, like, you know.
Do you think 16-year-olds should be able to buy condoms?
I suppose so, yeah. I suppose it's stop spread of AIDS and things like that, you know.
Hello. Can I just ask you a few questions before me? Okay. Hello, we're from a young people's programme. I was wondering if I could just ask you a few brief questions, please.
Regarding what?
It's on the condom issue. Do you sell them here? Is there anywhere in Croom we can get condoms? You don't know. You don't. Do you sell them at all in the shop? Here we are outside the parish priest, Father Elliot, in Croom. We're just going to go in and ask him what he thinks of this whole condom issue. Hello, Father Elliot. I wonder if we could just have a word with you about the condom issue. We've been down to the two chemists here in Croom, and neither of them sell condoms. What's your opinion on this?
Oh, I know nothing about it at all. No comment to make at all. None whatsoever.
Do you think condoms should be available here in
I
Croom?
have nothing to say on it at all.
Why not?
Nothing. Just for no reason. I'm making no comment at all.
You've no opinion on it?
No.
But they're not available here for young people?
I don't know.
Well, we've just tried the chemists. There's nowhere, they can get them. Or nowhere anybody can get them.
I have no comment to make on it. Thank you.
What are your opinions of the proposed government legislation to reduce the age limit of the purchase of condoms?
Well, to be quite honest, we're kind of sick of the whole discussion at this stage because it's been going on so long now. We're here since 1975. The Limerick clinic was established. And we've been operating, selling condoms and other contraceptive methods all this time. And yet the discussion, the debate is exactly the same. It hasn't changed. In all that time, the people are still saying the same old things about condoms leading to promiscuity and family clinics shouldn't be there and so on. So once again, it's come up. Once again, the usual people are saying the usual things. Our attitude is that we're here. If people need us, if they want to use contraceptives to avoid pregnancy, if they want to use condoms to avoid sexually transmitted diseases or AIDS, they can come in to us and we will sell them condoms. We're not forcing anyone to use condoms, we're just here, and that's the service we provide.
Do you think condoms should be sold in other outlets other than chemists and family planning clinics?
I think the real issue here is the availability of condoms and not the age limit. If condoms were available in slot machines in pubs or in discos or places where young people could easily purchase them without having to nerve themselves up to ask, can they have them? I think they would use them much more and that the effects would be very noticeable.
What is your opinion of Bishop Newman's outcry on this issue?
His outcry is totally predictable and it's unrealistic. He doesn't know 16-year-olds, I think. I don't think he can know them well enough to make the statements that he's making about them. We think here in the clinic 16-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, people who make a decision to protect themselves and their partners against AIDS or pregnancy or sexually transmitted diseases are responsible people. They have thought about the question, they have made a decision, and we're here to help them.
Do you sell condoms to 16-year-olds at the present time?
Our attitude here is, as I said before, we're here for people to come in and purchase condoms if they want to use them. Now, obviously, the legal age for using condoms or for buying condoms at the moment is 18, whereas the legal age of consent to have sexual intercourse is 16, and the legal age for marriage is 16, which means that people are allowed to get married, but they're not allowed to use contraception, which seems crazy. But having said that, we don't really feel this is the central issue. That whether the people are 16 or 18 or, we feel that they should be allowed to use condoms. Now, if we had somebody coming in who looked very young, we would talk to those people and we would ascertain whether they are making a decision that is responsible and fully informed. So we would consider our attitude as responsible as well. So that's really our position on it. But we don't think it's important. We think the availability is the issue, not the age.
Will increased availability of condoms pressurise young girls into having sexual intercourse?
No, I don't accept that argument at all. I think that it is insulting to young people to assume that being presented with a piece of rubber, which really is all we're talking about, is somehow going to make them have intercourse where they weren't going to before. I think it's, as I said, insulting, and it's a misconception of the way young people think. I think they are much more responsible and sensible than people who have this argument give them credit for. And I think, as I said, it's their decision, and they are responsible people, and they shouldn't be pressurised into having intercourse or not having intercourse. They should be allowed to make up their own minds, and if they do decide to have intercourse, that they should be allowed to prevent pregnancy, AIDS and other diseases.